Welcome back, everybody, to the Northern Folk Lodge plays Luigi's Mansion for the first time. Last time we cleared Area 1, we beat up Chauncey the baby. 3 ghosts.
Welcome to Time Baby. Gus took a piss, and while he's taking a piss, I ranted about Iowa.
The
Cut that in now.
Iowan scalpers. Hey, what are we calling our viewers, by the way? Like what?
I almost said something that would have to be bleeped.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's not bad, it's just a demonetized word.
Oh, good. Who watches the lodge?
Idiots.
Welcome back, idiots, to some more Luigi's Mansion. Where we're the real idiots.
The original theme was like each series would be like a program in a really shitty summer camp. Because that's what I wanted the lodge to be, like a really shitty summer camp.
So our viewers are just campers then.
We could do that.
I like that.
And like all the personalities on our channel, just like the different counselors or staff.
Oh, all right. I'm retroactively changing Babies First to the Tenderfoot program.
Well, that's copywritten.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, by the BSA.
Oh shit! Boy Scouts, don't sue me.
And they got enough lawsuits.
Yeah.
I kind of like Babies First because we can just call our fans babies.
What's up, babies? What's up, babes?
We'll just change. We'll just change it until someone comes up with something good.
Yeah.
A cat in my lap.
Ooh. Where will you go, Luigi? We're going back to the mansion. I'm like, fuck your gallery. I won't go to your gallery. Mansion's the interesting.
I hope the mic can pick it up. I'm holding a cat right up to it. Claire, make sounds. No, a sound is not fucking sniffing my mouth and I smell your disgusting breath that smells like my ass. Get out of here.
Kitty gingivitis.
I don't even think it's kitty gingivitis. I think it's kitty ate fucking Limburger cheese or something. Okay, that's a cryptic ass picture.
Dude, that was a pause screen.
That was a creepypasta.
This thing.
My God.
I want. Where is my map? Aha. I guess
this game has a good sound funny.
Right?
All right, hold on. So we'll go with like, man, I really gotta take a shit right now. Oh no, all the bathrooms are locked.
Oh no.
At some point, we gotta get our time travel story animated, Gus. It's important.
Our time travel story. What time travel story?
So you came for Luigi's Mansion. You're gonna hear stories and see no gameplay. You know, classic episode.
Yeah.
When we were at camp and our buddy was riding his bike back to take a shit.
Yes.
That's a time travel story. I was talking with friend of the lodge, Nick, and friend of the lodge, Aaron, about it. And it's one of those things, it's like time's a blanket. But if you pinch a part of it and pull it down, it'll skip. And I swear that's what had to happen. And that camp we worked at had a lot of those.
Listen, he was pinching, okay?
He was pinching and he rode his bike as fast as he fucking could, and we still beat him.
We need to tell this full story on here. Like, I know
it's on the podcast.
It is on the podcast. I think I feel like the podcast was over a year ago, and like we have a whole new fresh batch of viewers for Luigi's Mansion.
Okay, so
you can do it.
We'll start it. So if you don't know, Gus and I met at a summer camp. I was actually a camper when I first met him, and I was one of those people where it's like you're fun to be with, but oh god, I don't necessarily want to see you as a kid. And I got that a lot, and that's whatever. I don't know why I brought that up, but we have a buddy. His name's Chris. Chris is a very funny man. Chris is a very charismatic individual in general. Hilarious guy. Well, we have to go do our opening campfire because at the beginning of the week we did a little series of skits and stuff and songs, and then you get all the kids pumped up for the week, whatever. Before we go down, Chris has to take a big old shit, and we don't have time because he's in the beginning of the little opening thing, and he's in a lot of the stuff that we're doing, so he has to come down. And mind you, the nearest toilet that was for the staff was about, you say what, a mile and a half away, give or take?
Give or take.
So Chris rides his bike down, and it's like, yeah, you have to be there early. It makes sense. It makes sense. Whatever. Gus and I get there. We do the campfire. It's going great. Chris keeps coming up to me in the middle of it, like, I got a shit so bad, dude. Like, I'm gonna destroy that toilet. Like, just fucking around because that's who he is. And it's like, that's funny. Cool. So we do our like, hey, good night. Go to fuck to sleep. See you in the morning. Oh God, stuff, and all the guests and campers leave. And Chris looks at us and says, I'm going to go take a fat fucking shit, gets on his bike, and speeds away as fast as he can.
Now, mind
Like,
you,
he went straight up.
Now, mind you,
Go ahead.
important context was Jeremy and I are big boys. We're husky, all right?
Especially back then. We both slimmed down a bit, but we were chunky boys.
Right.
And we did not walk fast. Like, we can walk fast, we can run and shit, but we were taking our time. It's the middle of the night in one of the most beautiful regions in the country. It's all natural. It's nothing but like mountains and stars. It's beautiful. And we like to just chit chat and walk. And we walk slow as hell when we're talking. So we talk longer. Good strategy to do at work, fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about something. It's probably magic. We talked about magic a lot. We still do. I don't know why.
I was gonna say neither of us hardly play it.
I mean, I play MTG a good bit. But anyway, we got distracted. So Chris zooms past us saying, I'm gonna shit. I'm turtle heading. We're like, God damn, like hopefully he doesn't destroy it, because like you and I, we both had to go. Not super bad, but it's like, oh, we should go for a night, then we'll go to Gus's cabin and we'll go play some games and have some fun. We get to the bathroom. Nobody's there. We're like, oh, I guess Chris must have came here first. I mean, he was going really fast on that bike. He literally went right past us. Okay. We both sit down. There's only 2 stalls, mind you, on the men's side. Only 2. This will come into play.
2 stalls and a urinal.
And a urinal that's questionable. And then there's 3 or 4 sinks and a garbage can. And that was it. And there's 2 doors in, one that was in the mess hall and one that was outside. So we slam our ass hams down. We're taking a cheeky poo. And I hear a bike thrown against a tree. And footsteps running in and a door being kicked open into the mess hall, and then the bathroom door opening. That was Chris. Chris rode on his bike as fast as he could, dismounted while it was moving because he had to go so bad. Opened the door, got in the bathroom, starts pounding on the stall doors, screaming, let me in, I got a fucking shit. And then he hears us and he's like, how the fuck did you 2 beat me here? Like, he's like, what? How did you get here before me? He's freaking out. He's like, I got a shit. Like, where can I poop? And we say, oh, like, I guess you could go, like, in the urinal. He's like, no, that's fucked up. I'm like, well, it's that or your pants at this point, bud.
Mind you, we were saying this as a joke. Would like to clarify that part.
We thought it was funny.
Yeah. So anyways, he shit in the urinal.
Chris squats over the urinal. He makes a little bed of paper towels. He's like, oh, I'm not going to flush it. So, like, he did that. He takes his cheeky poop. I swear, it must have been, like, either a really long and fast shit, or he shat out a single raisinette, because it was over in, like, half a second. He then grabs this shit that's in this nice, like, he bought food from a food truck, like, paper towel wrap. He says something along the lines of, all right, time to dispose of this shit. Kobe slams dunks the whole thing in the fucking garbage can. Super hard. Says, see you later, fuckers. Kicks the bathroom door, or like rips it open, runs away, and just does this thing for the night. Mind you, from when we sat down to when Chris then ran away after he pooped was maybe 2 minutes total.
Yeah, this happened all very, very quickly.
The question is, how did someone who did not stop on the way back and was going as fast as they could on their bike not get to the bathroom a mile and a half way before Gus and myself, who walk very not slow, but we were walking pretty slow because we were just enjoying the night and having a good time.
And mind you, Chris is also a very like athletic build kind of guy. Like
Oh yeah, he's the kind of guy who'd climb a tree, just be like, "Hey, look how high I can go," just like out of nowhere.
right. Like he's a very like mountain climbing guy right now. I think his dad, I think, told me he was doing like firefighting stuff. Like he's a well built young man, ladies. And we were just two big guys. I don't. Time travel is definitely involved somehow.
And I've talked with Chris about it before, like after having even years after, and he's like, "I still don't know how that, like, what happened, how the hell that worked out." Because he told me like I didn't stop anywhere. I went straight to the bathroom, and he took the same way we did. Because we didn't take like any shortcuts or anything. We just walked to the bathroom.
Yep. We all had to poop, and somehow we beat him.
So remember, kids, you got a turtle head. Don't try to just only go to the staff only bathroom. Because odds are there'll be time travelers there pooping. Go somewhere else. That camp's an interesting spot. We could have a whole 20-hour podcast every week about that fucking shit, I swear.
Oh, absolutely.
I guess we have one more cutesy story. So there's an office at this camp. And I helped run the office for. And I got really bored one day, so I printed out the entirety of the lore of the Khans of Tarkir. Well, actually, it's a whole Tarkir block of Magic, the Gathering set.
Like all the story stuff from Magic's website.
Yeah, about like how this character did this and all that, or like, hey, this person's dead. Like, it was a solid, like, I think it was 180 pages of stuff.
You
That only
filled
printed
a
at one
you
side.
filled a 1-inch binder.
I did. And it was a binder that had a label, and they just took the stuff out, and they're like, we'll reuse it, we'll change the label. I didn't change the label. I put it on that shelf. The only person who ever knew it was there was Gus.
It's still there.
Is it still there?
It's still there.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is truly wonderful. I remember one day I came into the office and you were reading, and I'm like, bad day, huh? And you're like, yup. We office spaced a printer once. That was.
Still got photos of that.
We have footage of it, don't we?
I think so.
None of this footage of me destroying a box fan with the what'd you call it, the Ogre Club?
Something like that.
All right, back to Luigi's Mansion, and not the nostalgia trip that is our early adult lives. What's the weirdest situation you've been in at a Denny's?
In a Denny's? Oh, do I have
Yeah.
a story for you? So Denny's was the place that my friends and I would all go after every high school dance.
Oh, okay.
And we would I think it was senior year, it was after Christmas ball or something. We had a waitress that again, gonna date myself here, asked us if we knew how to Dougie, if you remember that meme.
Oh my god.
So she asked us this a couple of times, and finally my friend Stanley, haven't talked to him in years. Hi Stanley. He stands up and he's like, all right, I'm gonna show you how to Dougie. And he goes, okay, first you're gonna put your right foot in, and then you're gonna take your right foot out, And then you're gonna shake it all about, and the girl goes, "No, that's the hokey pokey." And he goes, "Oh, I don't know. It's his bag now." This girl walked away, and like a few minutes later, we end up with a different server, and we were like, "Oh, how did that other girl?" She's like, "Oh, she just got fired. She was like really very high on the job." We were like, "Oh," but like, just this stoned
That's great.
girl, like college age girl.
Somebody got fired because your friends were fucking around with how to do the Dougie.
I don't even, to this day I don't even know what the Dougie was. I just know people uh used to say it. It was like teach me how to Dougie or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, my weirdest experience, and it was a good one, but we were kind of shitty at the end. Me and my buddies, we used to go to Denny's at like 3 or 4 in the fuck for no reason except like,
Well,
and we would just
that's why we used to go there after all the school dances, because they were the only place still open that late.
we'd bring our magic decks and straight up just put tables together and play magic for 3 hours.
That's awesome.
And that Denny's specifically, that Denny's is closed now. But every time we were there, there was only one person working. Really cool, like kind of ripped nerdy dude who'd always like be like, "Oh, like what's your board like right now?" And like just hang out with us when there was nobody there, like just sit down. And he's like, "Hey, if you guys are gonna come here, like every week, I'll bring my deck and I'll keep it in my locker, and that way, like when you're here, I can play with you if there's no one here." We're like, "Yeah, sure." He said that after like 5 times us doing it, we never went back to that Denny's.
uh
Like it wasn't on purpose we didn't go back. We just end up never going back.
the funny thing about that night too, the same night as my teaching me how to Dougie at Denny's story, so my friend Stanley, the one that did the hokey pokey, was picking everybody up for the school, the I think it was Christmas ball or something. But we decided that we were going to stop over. A few kids didn't go to the dance because too cool for that shit, and so they were like all over at one of their kids' house playing Halo. Now this other kid, his dad does the sports segment on the local news, and they had an 11 o'clock segment, so he was already at work. We go to pick up the other kids that were playing Halo at his house, and we're in my friend's mom's minivan, fucking big Dodge Caravan thing, slippery, get lots of snow up here, slides off the driveway into the yard, and we end up tearing a giant ditch in this yard. And the kid whose dad owned the house and was doing the friggin' news that night was like, "What am I supposed to say? My dad is going to get home in an hour from doing the news, and there's a giant gash in our front yard from this." We're like, "I don't know if I can see you." Fuck, like, I'm just imagine this guy doing the sports, talking about the high school football team. His kid's friend just destroys the front yard, just digs a giant hole in it with a Dodge minivan. It was good.
I mean, I have a kind of similar story, except it shows how like I have unbridled Scandinavian strength, I guess. So I was with someone, and the driveway of the house that we lived in,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a half circle, and it has a carport. Older house,
Right.
and they were like, "Hey, I want to like see if I can get the car around, and pack the snow." And I'm like, "That's a pretty bad idea." And they're like, "Why? Why?" I'm like, "Ice, your car's gonna slide. There is a 20-foot ravine right next to it. That's just wide enough for your car to get stuck in." They're like, "I'll be fine." They tried it. It failed. They got stuck. I'm like, "All right," and I had to do like all the tricks, like kitty litter and like
Oh yeah,
putting salt like right
we were doing
behind.
all this stuff. We had the kitty litter. We like,
Yeah, and we get the car almost out. All right, cool. Like it's gotta back up a little bit, and like I'll be in the tracks. I can slide down. I'm like, all right, cool. We get there, and then the car starts sliding towards the ravine and towards me because I'm between the car and the ravine. So I do what any normal person would do. This car had those rails that like you can step on, they get into the seat, like
Right.
into the like actual chair. I grabbed the car by that rail and I just fucking squat down, pick it up with my legs and like my muscles, and just shove it like half a foot. And they look at me and they're like, "The fuck did you just do?" I'm like, "Oh, I just picked up and pushed your car." And they're like, "What the fuck?" It's like one of those things. It's like they're like, "That's crazy." I'm like, "Is it?" Because I move most cars like that. Like, not a ton. I can't pick them up over my head or anything, but I can pick them up and shove them a little bit, especially on slippery ice. Oh, and then the car got stuck for good. And we had to call AAA.
Well, AAA.
If you don't have a AAA membership, audience, and you drive, get one. Because if nothing else, you get free tows, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And if your battery's dead, you get so many recharges a year. I think you get one free replacement. Certain too.
I was gonna say I have the platinum membership or whatever. My dad's bought it for my brothers and I pretty much since the day we got our driver's license. It's basically our like yearly birthday present from him. Mostly because he just wants to make sure that like because we travel a lot into like the deep woods and things, and he wants to like make sure, yeah, you'll pretty much be able to get towed all the way home from God's country. All right.
Also, if you're a T-Mobile subscriber, you can get a year of AAA free right now.
Really?
Uh-huh. They have this thing like every Tuesday they give you perks, and sometimes it's like a $2 dunking coupon. And they're like, fuck it, you're AAA. Or like, I don't pay for the MLB TV subscription because it's like money, but it's free. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll watch like literally one game a year on there. Stuck doing something, stuck at work, or more often than not, that one game a year is when I'm taking a mean shit that takes a while. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I think the tub's about to.
I mean, you're probably right.
You shake the tub.
That's what I'm about to do. Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. A little lost right now.
Makes you feel better. Me too, man. I hate how his nose vibrates like.
It just bounces. Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Don't look behind me. The ghosts aren't real.
Right. Okay. I got a key to this door. And I went into it, and there's like next to nothing here. Just a wall.
Might be able to get through.
That's kind of what my thought is. Now that I'm looking a little closer at it.
Oh, you know what it is?
Hmm.
There's a letter. Look in the mirror.
Oh,
Vacuum towards the wall.
it's not a letter. It's a button on the wall.
Man,
The mirror
that
was the mirror was the trick.
God, if I was a kid, I would have never fucking done.
No, I'd have been here a while. What? Oh, there is
Danger. Oh, Batman.
there is something underneath it. I don't know what it says.
It's Batman, Gus.
I'm in danger.
You're in danger. My parents died.
That sign won't stop me because I can't read.
What's that miasma? Why are you like making like weird jelly sound?
Who's there? Who's there? Oh wow, it's Luigi. Look guys, Luigi's here. We're gonna do what's
Oh, it says don't push. That's what that sign said. Let's go in the hole, right?
Oh, he gets pissed. Are you okay? That
Well,
was them. Those were the ones who released all the ghosts from the paintings in my gallery. Those fiends. I wondered where
those
King Boo and
fucking
his gang
dirty
had gone.
delinquents. I'm gonna shoot them in the fucking head. Those fucking. This goes like way too like
Right.
intense. Like I'm gonna kill their fucking parents in front of them. Fuck those kids.
They were hiding in the mansion all along. Thanks for flushing them out, Luigi. I'm tickled
This
you
is the
found them.
future that Democrats want. It's like, oh God, egad, Jesus.
Oh, well, water under the bridge anyway. You should probably come back to the lab for a sec. Ugh. Your brother must have taken that gang of booze. Poor fella. Oh well. Don't talk crazy. They're not gonna eat the man. But what became of him? Odd that he hasn't come back. Come on, theory holds the booze grow strength when they travel in numbers. They must somehow combine their powers. Ugh. I, I don't care. Mario still lost. There's
Can't
booze.
read.
That Game Boy Hoyer I gave you has a secret function. I knew it'd come in handy one day. I knew it.
You see,
I knew I could hide the nuke codes in it and it'd be useful. I'll teach
the
those
secret
boos.
feature is it comes with a copy of Pokemon Red without the label that was bought at a garage sale. And when you turn it on, it shows Pikachu with blood in his eyes.
It's called Pokemon Black Edition if you look it up on the Creepypasta wiki. Anyways, it's also got a boo radar. Flash red when something around like a boo is hidden nearby. Use it to
Audience,
search
if you ever
it.
hear a bunch of like booing and shit, it's actually our boo radar just telling us how bad our content is.
Fucking.
Warp, 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 warp.
I'm gonna need a soundboard sound for that one now.
Oh, he's waving from the outhouse again.
Oh yeah, he's watching Luigi go in like that kid's gonna die.
Why the fuck does he keep coming out of here? Get in there.
I love this same cutscene every time. All right.
What if Egad's just George Lucas?
Jar Jar Binks is the best thing that's happened since crack cocaine.
You see, the best thing that happened in the Mario series is when we nerfed his juicy fucking ass. His plumped up butt cheeks. We had to nerf them. They're just too powerful.
I don't even think I progressed anywhere from that. You know what? It's time for next time, anyways. Bye, everybody. Our best outro yet.